Hey guys, today we have a 2018 Audi A4 S-Line, the 2.0 turbo. We're gonna be doing a cold air intake. So I'll show you guys how to take out the stock one and put in the aftermarket one. We have a ECS tuning kit right here, all the hardware. I'll show you guys how to assemble and all that. And I'll show you how to take the old one out and install the new one. And yeah, this is for the 2017 up, the V9s. A4s. So for starters, you have the handle right here. So you got the two little tabs on the back right here. One there, one there. You could pry from either side or pry a little in each one. The tab comes out. You don't have to take it out all the way. Then this lever will pull off. Once you got that off, you come around to the side here. You could pry it up with your finger and just slide across, pry up. There's just like little tabs. Once you got the whole front end unclipped, it just slides out. And then from there, you'll be able to get the two torque bolts. They're stars, the T25, which I'll show you once I take this cover off. I'll show you from there. All right, guys, when you got the hood lever off and the radiator cover off, you'll see that out over here. If you're curious about lining the lever back up, there's actually two big grooves that will help you line them up exactly how it's supposed to be, because it'll just be forward. And you'll see when you put the cover back on, you can't do it this way. So that's easy to line up. But then when you got that off over here, you'll see, I already took mine off, but you'll have a T25 here, star, and a T25, this right here. There's two of them. So once you got those two out, you'll actually just be able to grab this part out, pop it out just like that, put it off to the side, and then you'll come over here to the inlet. I already broke mine loose, but it's a 7mm, one over here, one over here, and then you also have this rubber hose. I just put a screwdriver here and just pry it up while slowly pulling from back here and kind of wiggling it. This car is pretty new, so everything's pretty solid and tight still. Just already popped it off. And for right here, giving you guys a heads up, on this car, this one was pretty stuck in there, so I had to get like a small screwdriver, kind of pop it in here, pry it, and wiggle it on top to pop it off. But then it comes off this way, then you kind of might have to fight that, and it pops off, and that's out. Once you got that out, you can go to the intake box. It literally just pops right out. But we're giving you a heads up. You do want to keep those rubber pieces. Let me set this, actually, let me set over here. So you have one right there and one right there. Also another one back there. So you want to take those off and transfer it actually to your new intake. And I'll show you guys how to start assembling that one here next. But that's how it'll look. Once you have it all out, you can clean it up if you want, make it look nicer. All right, so once you got the complete old intake out completely, they also, with this kit, they provide an extra turbo heat shield. So up there you can see those two. Those are gonna be like two Allen keys that go right on top, right over here. I already pulled them out. One's right there, and it's kind of hard to see. And the other one is right over there. That's them right there, 5mm. I took those two out, and then down here on the turbo, I took that off. That was a 15mm nut. They provide a new one for that, but for the top, you have to reuse the old ones. This is the new one. So that just slides right on. So once you get that all bolted, put it in there. Carefully, not to clip or damage anything. Just slides on, lines up just like that. And then you go ahead, put on that nut back on, the new nut, and put those two Allen bolts back in there, and that'll be done. And then you can continue on putting the rest of the intake. I already started assembling, just to show you guys. So right here, for the rubber boots, you're gonna use this. It's gonna be the base with a washer, and then the top's gonna be a nut with a washer, just as I did right here. And I centered them, because the hole you can move around, so if you want to adjust it however you can. And then they gave you two Allen bolts and locking washers. That's how this goes. And then the filter will go to here, and the coupler will connect on the back side, and then this little fitting just pops right in here. And I also put that little strip on that they provided, and then you got the other strip right there that's gonna go for the top and connects with this piece right here for the air duct in the front, which I'll show you guys here when I install it. Also, when you're installing the front duct, they provided 2 bolts, and one is actually longer than the other. So the longer one will actually go over here, and the shorter one will go on this side. Because if you do a shorter one here, it's not going to reach. You're not going to be able to bolt it up. But you also are going to use a washer and a nut for both sides. Alright guys, so this is the final product. I put the cover already back on. Radiator's cover and hood latch. I'm just gonna run through everything real quick so you guys know what bolts are what and how it goes and how it looks. So like I said, the 2 bolts that they provided for the air duct, the longer one goes here with a washer and a nut, and the shorter one goes here with a washer and a nut right there, which you have to have this cover off to bolt. And then the coupler, as you can see, it runs through here, connects down there to the turbo, and there's the air, the little air line with the fitting, little 9-degree fitting. Let me see if I can put a light so you guys can see a little bit better down there. So that's all tightened, that's all connected. And then you got the filter, obviously, that bolts right there, and then that's down there. That's how it mounts to the old holes through the rubber boots. And then you put that rubber piece on for these lines to keep them safe. And then the top rubber piece right there, that just clips on at the end. And then right here, I kind of forgot to say something about this earlier, but this piece right here actually has this little cover on top of it, which pops off, and there's actually thread in there. So they provide this rubber ring that pops in there, and this bolt is included. Also a 5mm Allen key that tightens that, and that's that goes right there. They also, the nice thing about this kit, they provided an extra turbo heat shield, which uses the turbo exhaust bolts, and the 2 Allen bolts right there, which are also, that's one, there's the other one, also 5mm Allen keys. And then these right here are 4mm Allen keys, which they provided locking washers, which is nice. And that's for the bracket for that. So overall, pretty easy and straightforward job. Gotta be careful. New car, don't want to damage it. I will also do at the end of the video a sound test so you guys can see how it sounds.